Welcome to the City Center Podcast. I'm Jerry Marcello. For over 28 years, the West Palm Beach GreenMarket has been a community landmark and a popular place for people to gather. It is an event where residents and visitors alike could come together to eat, drink, buy local produce, and enjoy the best weather of the year. The GreenMarket has a long and fascinating history, with a humble beginning in the City Hall parking lot back in 1995. Now, over 500 weekends later, the vendor's booth fills the city's downtown waterfront. It has garnered more than 4 dozen awards over its history, including Best Farmers Market in the U.S. by USA Today's 10 Best Readers Poll. What makes the West Palm Beach GreenMarket such an enduring landmark? How did it stay strong in the face of challenges like COVID-19? What does the future hold for the GreenMarket, and what you can do to keep its title as the best farmers market in the U.S.? Joining me today is Mary Pinnock, Marketing Community Events Manager for the City Parks and Recreation Department. Mary, welcome.
Hello, how are you today?
I am fantastic. You and the GreenMarket have been closely connected for a very long time. Tell us about that.
A very long time is indeed true. So let's see, we'll go back to almost 29 years ago. Then Mayor Nancy Graham. She had a vision. She had many, many visions for this city, as you are probably aware. And one was she had been to markets in other countries and around the United States, farmers markets, and recognized their importance and value in terms of re-energizing areas, particularly downtowns. And if you can recall back that far, our downtown was not what it is today. So she came to us and she wanted to start a farmer's market. And she had a couple of community people that were assisting. One was a former Mayor Dave's wife, Darden Daves. She was going to help. And there was a vision to start this. Not a lot of time, not a lot of resources. We had never done a green market. We'd never produced a green market before. Like, okay, we're going to produce a green market. Nobody did. There weren't any locally. This was going to be a first because, again, she also liked to be the first at something, which we appreciated. So she said, I want to start this. We're going to do it. We'll start it I think we started in September that year. It was actually not October, which we found to be too hot later in time. And October was a better time to start. And we didn't have a lot of time. I think we might have had 4 to 6 weeks. We ordered pretty umbrellas that were and tents that we put up very colorfully. And it was around the plan was around the old City Hall, which is over where the Ben is now. And, we tried very hard to get a lot of vendors, and we weren't really happy, but we were pleased that we had 13 the first Saturday.
Just
we literally had 13 vendors. We said lucky 13, not a one of which was a farmer. We couldn't, we just, it was a brand new idea, right, and people were not beating down the path.
Okay, so you had a farmer's market with no farmers, no produce. What did you do?
Well, we did what we had to do. We went to the grocery store and bought out all the produce.
That is funny.
And the display was fabulous. We made an absolutely fabulous display. We were honest about it. We were starting something new. Right. And it was, if you could say grassroots, it was truly a grassroots effort. Yeah. So here we are. We're in the old City Hall parking lot, which was not pretty. It was not pretty. It did not have waterfront view or appeal. We had 13 vendors. It was September. It was hot. We had really pretty tents. Yeah. And we had some people there. They were interested. They were excited. We had a little bit of, I believe we had some live music, and that was the start. And
so you had a start, and it was a good start because you guys decided to do it again the next year.
We did it the next week, actually.
Okay, yeah, of course.
We grew it. We did. We grew it. We accomplished. We continued to grow it. Every week we actually picked up some farmers, so we didn't go back to the grocery store. Word of mouth spread, and people came out, and vendors came out.
So you did indeed get more and more vendors, and we're going to be talking about some of the interesting challenges you had with vendors as we go forward. But you started to grow, and you said you had music. At what point did you actually outgrow that little parking lot?
Yeah. Well, we were somewhere around 60 vendors, and that was, because it's not just about where you place the vendors, it's how you load them in and load them out as well. And the downtown was continuing to get busier and busier because of things like this, right? Because of efforts to bring people down, we were getting busier. And then Mayor Lois Frankel was the mayor at the time. She, of course, had her vision, along with the community, to reimagine the whole downtown West Palm Beach waterfront. And we really feel like, well, this is our opening here in community events because we have a beautiful venue. There aren't many places that I've traveled to that have the charm of a little town with the beauty of the waterfront that we have, and then the business opportunities of a big city like this. So we said, okay, well, this is our opportunity to get in what we need there. And by opening up that area where the former city library was at to the waterfront, it was always known that was going to be the home. Right. So we did have to wait. We had to wait until the waterfront was done. So we were kind of, stuck at that number of vendors for a while until the waterfront was completed. And then it was like, hallelujah, the sun had risen as far as where we were able to move to.
You touched on something that was really interesting, which was, I think for people who are new to the area, they don't understand that back in the day, back in the late 90s, downtown was struggling. It was a place where people did not go to. And I guess the GreenMarket was something that was designed to start bringing people and getting them used to coming down on a weekly basis.
Much to the benefit of me and the division that I'm in, Nancy believed in events. She believed in the power of bringing not just one type of person or type of people, one group. She believed the power of bringing all different types of communities together and what that would mean and creating community, because that's why we're the community events division. If you create community, then you really do create your city. It's a very important part about building a successful city is making everyone feel like they belong there. And events are an attractive way to do that. So the GreenMarket, Clematis by Night started the same way. There was nobody down here. 5 o'clock, you could throw a bowling ball down Clematis Street and not hit anybody. Wow. It was the truth. And by bringing people down, people felt safe. Businesses wanted to be here. Things opened up. So what we do can be very powerful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're now to a point where the GreenMarket is such a landmark, is such a expected event, especially during our high season here, that you see just droves and droves of people showing up. Talk a little bit about the kind of people who come to the GreenMarket. We see a wide spectrum of folks.
Everybody comes to the GreenMarket from everywhere, from throughout Palm Beach County, from beyond Palm Beach County, from the people that live in the Strand and the Esplanade, from young people, from families with little kids to senior citizens. The beauty of it is you see that. And, it takes a pretty darn good event, I have to say, to draw everybody to it. Yeah. Because usually you've got a type of music and it attracts this age or that or whatever. But there's something about all those small businesses out there with their great food and their great products that attract everybody. And it's a hangout. People come, they don't just come to shop. They come to meet their friends. They bring their family. The strollers, we laugh because there's an area under one of the trees, Strollerville, because it's shady, right? Right? So all the families head there. And, then you've got the 20-year-olds that hang out over here. But everybody's enjoying themselves, and the vendors are doing very, very well.
It's a fantastic spectrum of folks, and of course, there's all the dogs and all the pets that show up, which is like another tradition, really.
It's our very own dog show every Saturday.
Now, did I remember that the West Palm Beach GreenMarket was the very first GreenMarket in the county? Is that correct?
As far as I know, yes. I wasn't aware of any other, unless there was something maybe inside. Maybe somebody had something inside, but
Sure.
it was the first green market, I believe, that was an event green market.
And now you see a whole handful springing up
Yeah.
across. And so I guess imitation, a great
That's the
flattery,
greatest. Yeah, that's right.
so
That's right.
you've talked about the vendors, and the vendors are critical, and the quality of the vendors are stellar. You go through quite a process to select vendors. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. It's quite a interesting process. We just went through it recently. We had, I want to say, 247 applicants qualified, because you have to sell something that fits into one of the categories. We have 9 different categories that we select from. And so it's 247 went through the process. It's almost like Shark Tank, the show Shark Tank. We have judges, not city employees. They're experts in the field. They're caterers. They're event experts, merchandising experts. We have 3 to 5 judges, and everybody gets a date and a time over the course of 3 times based on the category that they're applying for. And they come in and they have 2 minutes, and they bring samples if it's a food product or whatever for the judges, and they do their spiel, and then we roll the card out and we roll the next one in. And then the judges score them, and then that's how we,
Well, obviously, you've really picked some really great vendors over the years. Is there a style of vendor that you're really looking that fits what we do here? Or?
We'll always take farmers and growers until, what do we say, the cows come home? I don't know, like the goal is to have as much of that, and we'll always be, and we're always seeking more farmer growers. And then the other categories, it's taking the best that come in. We get a lot of cafe vendors, but we don't have as many of those types of vendors, because we have restaurants on the street, gourmet processed foods, because everybody wants to buy those pickles that they come for. And the bakery category, it's not the West Palm Beach Green Market without cider donuts, it's really picking and not. We laugh because we have these categories and percentages, because the last thing we want is for you to show up and all you have is 10, I'm going to say pickle vendors again, but you've got to watch the number of products you have in the same category and repeating the same products. Right. Then nobody would do well if we had too many of the same thing.
Nobody knows the green market better than you do. What would you say is, the top tip that you would like to have people who are visiting the green market for the first time to keep in mind?
So I would say, if it was my first time to go to the green market, I would probably go to our website first and check out the site map. Just get the lay of the land. We have 100. Next year we'll have over 125 vendors. That's a lot of vendors. We more than doubled in size from the biggest number we had at our old site. So that's a lot of vendors.
And that website is WPB.org/green market will get you to the page.
Well, WPB.org/events, and that'll get you to the that'll get you to the page. So first I'd get the lay of the land.
Okay.
Second thing that I would do is we're open from 9 to 1 every Saturday this next year, from October 7th to April I think it's the 22nd. I would get here early.
How early?
I would get here at 9 o'clock because parking is free, starting at 9 o'clock in the City Hall garage, and also the Clematis Street garage at Quadrille and Clematis. And I would bring my shopping bag, because you're going to shop. I'd skip breakfast personally, because there's a lot of choices. I would bring my dog on a short leash, because, if you have a dog that likes to socialize, it's a great opportunity for that. And I would just plan to spend a couple of hours at least, because you want to see everything, especially your first time. You don't know, it's just like going to the grocery store where you know where the soda is. So if you just have to run in and pick up a few things, you can.
Right.
But when you go to a different grocery store that has things set up differently, you have to spend more time. So, as you come, most people come at least twice a month, at least. A lot of people come every week.
And one of the things that's obvious about the success of the Green Market, not only with the amount of people that have been coming, you've won a great many awards. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the really standout awards that you've picked up over the years?
Sure. I'm personally very blessed to work with some extremely talented people in my office, graphic design-wise, marketing, PR. And we are members of the Florida Festival and Events Association and the International Festivals and Events Association. Every year they have, these award things that they do, and we submit. And many of our collateral pieces, T-shirts, all of the things have won awards for the creativity and talent that my folks have, which is every year we have a different theme. So there's a different look, and it's just every year it's fun. What are we going to do this year? One of the things that we did that won a gold award at the we call it the IFEA, International Festivals and Events. So it was during COVID, and we were able to still have the West Palm Beach Green Market during COVID in the 2021 season. 2020 got cut short because of COVID. And we always do opening day. And opening day is a big deal. And people talk about it for weeks beforehand. We hear people. As soon as pumpkin latte comes out, you hear about the West Palm Beach Green Market. It means fall. It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out. People are looking forward to fall at the West Palm Beach Green Market. So here we have the Green Market. We had many rules in place for that season, as one would expect, to be COVID, very, very COVID cautious. And so what are we going to do what are the mayor and the commissioners going to do for the big opening act? Because they always do something. We're not cutting a ribbon. We don't cut ribbons because that's not going to cut it, literally. So, so we had the mayor and we had the commissioners, each at their own socially distanced 8-foot table. And we gave them each a squash. They had a big squash and safety goggles. And it wasn't a sledgehammer. It was like a big mallet. And the theme that year was, on the T-shirt, was Squash 2020.
That's great.
And so at the count of 3, they all took their mallets and smashed the squash. And, everybody was like, I want the mallet. I want to try that. And they were all like beating that squash. It was kind of fun. I mean, it was a little lighthearted, but it showed perseverance, and we were going to make it. And it was a miserable memory still, but it was fun, and we won a gold. Like I said, we won the gold award for that because nobody else around the country squashed 2020.
That was a very creative solution. You guys are just so creative. Hey, listen, what I understand is one of the big crown jewels that we've recently gotten an award for a Green Market was the USA 10 Best Readers Poll, where we were selected the best farmers market in the U.S. How did that come about, and how do you feel about that?
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. We've won it 2 years in a row, which is just spectacular, and it came out, I believe, because USA Today did a story about the Green Market as part of their efforts as far as what attracted tourists to this area. And the Green Market is a consistent response to that, not just by us because we push it, but people are, you got to go on Saturdays to the West Palm Beach. We hear that all day. Got to go to the West Palm Beach Green Market. Got to go to it. So they have many contests they do for the 10 best, and one of them is the category Best Farmers Market. And we got a notice saying, hey, you've been nominated. I have no idea who nominated us. It starts out with 20, and it's a voting. It's about almost a month that you have to vote, but you have to be nominated in the top 20 in the country, and then vote via, social media, website. You have to go and vote and collect the votes. And the community got so behind us for the last 2 years. The vendors helped us out. I mean, really, it was a far-reaching effort. And isn't it just an amazing honor to have that title?
Yeah.
Not to mention the PR and marketing, what comes along with that, to be able to stretch your banner across the street and say you're the best in the country.
Sure.
And then the other thing that you notice with that, and this is the best part for me, is I walk around there, nobody knows who I am. My ears are out just to listen. And people just so proud, and you hear them say to their visitors from out of town, this is the West Palm Beach Green Market. I come here every Saturday. We, not ever they, we are the best in the country. We are the best in the country. And when you hear that, you're like, okay, there's ownership.
Yeah.
And a really good community event has ownership by people that just come, you want to say just, but they come to it. They don't produce it, but they own it. And that's how you make a community event.
That is fantastic. And now there's an opportunity for this Green Market to be the 3-time champion. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so, you have to, defend your title.
Right.
So we're in year 3. And a little different this year. They're doing it during the summer, the competition. Usually it's during our season, which is fine. It's going on right now. And, we do a number of things to get the word out because we're going to need the community support again because you literally are voting against, it usually ends up to be like the top 4 or 5 and they're battling it out. And in order to, celebrate what we've done for the last 2 years, what the community has helped us to achieve, and also get the vote out, because honestly, we need to do that, on the June 15th, 22nd, and 29th Clematis by Night, we are going to have a special, we're calling it the Mini. And so there's special little mini green markets at each of those from 6 to 9 p.m. on those Thursday nights. And you'll get, we'll have out there some of the old favorite vendors, some of the new vendors that will have just now be known to be in the green market for the next year, which is the 29th season. So you'll be able to come out and, all 125 won't be out there at one time, but you'll get a nice little selection, and some may be the same on the next week, but some may be a little different. But we're excited about the Mini.
A little flavor of the green market right in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, okay, skinny on the Mini.
Hey. So I want to vote. What do I need to do?
Yeah. So the easiest thing right on our website, again, WPB.org/events, there will be a button right there and probably on the homepage too.
Sure.
And you just hit it and it'll connect you, and make sure you're hitting the City of West Palm Beach Green Market because there will be selections because we want you to vote. And you can vote every day, and you can vote on, any of your devices every day.
Okay, so you can vote on every day. So while this is going, so it's not just one vote. You get to
one vote won't cut it. Not at all.
So vote.
Yes,
every day.
Absolutely, every day. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, I think that we have a great opportunity to do this for a three-peat, make it great. And what we've discovered is the Green Market is a part of West Palm Beach. It's a part of this community that has been around for a while and will be here for a long, long time because of the efforts of you and the staff at the community events. So well done. And I'm sure the folks around the city are thanking you every day. So appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It's a citywide effort, truly, with our friends and partners like you in the city, internal, that help, and the people that come out and support it, and the vendors that, it's a lot of work to be a vendor. And yeah, there's fruits, there's benefits from it, but it's a citywide effort, and we love it, and we hope it's around for a very long time as well.
Mary, thank you for your time. And we certainly hope that the fans of the West Palm Beach Green Market will take a moment to vote to keep this event #1 in the country. The City Center podcast is produced by the City of West Palm Beach. We hope you found today's discussion useful. And if you did, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please write us at podcast@WPB.org. And if you wish to learn more about the West Palm Beach Green Market, visit the city's website at WPB.org/events. This is Jerry Marcello. We'll see you next time.